Today we are reviewing Mildly Interesting. I think this is quite a popular subreddit considering it's got 19.5 million members. So let's give it a go. A local Mexican restaurant used to be a Chinese restaurant. Instead of painting over a mural, they just put sombreros on the pandas. That's kind of genius. Wait, have they even put a taco in that one's mouth? That looks to be a taco inside the panda's mouth. Not only, and there's a guitar. That is genius. That is creating a restaurant on a budget. There we go. Let's continue. Found the cliff this bar came from. No way. That's pretty cool. How far do you think they actually traveled to get there? I bought some suspiciously perfect. Whoa! That is the yellowiest banana I've ever seen. Yellowiest. It's in the dictionary, okay? I know I just made the word up. It's probably the most yellow is the correct grammatical way to phrase it, but the yellowiest banana. I have a hereditary gap in my eyebrow. I don't get it. Oh wait, they've kind of got like the same cut in their eyebrow. Mad. My hotel phone in Iceland has a special button that will wake you up if there are northern lights in the sky. That is cool. Because I know like a lot of people travel to Iceland purely to see the northern lights. So the fact that they have like a button, it's like, wake me up. Very clever. I got a warning for leaving my laptop unattended in the library. If we had time to leave this card, a thief had time to remove your belongings. Keep bag and personal effects with you at all times. Wow. They should have just stole the laptop. That would have been a better lesson for them. And then when the person comes up, it's like, oh, someone stole my laptop. They could be like, it's here. Don't leave it unattended last time. You've got to scare the shite out of people sometimes to teach them a lesson. Fun fact of the day. I built a miniature audience out of all the ads I got in the mail. How long would that have taken? That's mad. I love it. I have partial heterochromia in both my eyes. She's got Pokeballs for eyes. Is that bad to say? But they're like Pokeballs. Like, look. This legit looks like... Is it what, the GS ball? Yeah, it looks like the GS ball. Mad. My Uber driver offered a conversation menu for his ride. My friend met a stranger at a wedding that looked just like him and was wearing the same thing. That's mad. The corrosion on this water tap looks like a map. That is cool. Kinda disgusting, but cool. I got a whole plane to myself and I accidentally booked on a flight just meant for moving crew. Pog, that's a big one. The guy who does the grass for my building left a rectangle of wildflowers so the bees can use them. That's great. I ain't too keen on bees, but I understand their importance. My broken antenna on my car looks like half a sunken boat. I legit thought that was half a sunken boat. Mad. My boyfriend's homegrown potato looks like the Reddit icon. What are the odds? The sun shining through my fish tank aligned perfectly on each knob. That is very satisfying. Imagine having your knob lit up like that. My bank sent me 64 copies of the exact same debit card. How can you make that mistake? Like, for real. 60... I could understand 2, maybe even 3. But 64? The sun hits this freshly paved tarmac just right and made a real-life rainbow road through polarized lenses. That is beautiful. That's awesome. The fog during my flight makes Illinois looks like it hasn't rendered. I love it. It's like you're loading into GTA, but like the world map hasn't like rendered properly. That's pretty much what that looks like. The golf balls at mini golf on this pier are biodegradable and fall into the sea on the 19th hole. That is cool. So basically you're like feeding the fish. That's great. My dog destroyed her toy cactus, and there was another sad cactus inside. I just want to give it a hug. Without barriers, the British still know how to queue. Right. Rant time about queues, okay? Now, I am a strong believer in the queuing system. If you are there before someone, you get to go first. However, there are obviously some exceptions, such as if it's an elderly person, like I'm talking definitely retired, like you're that kind of an old person, right? Elderly people happily go ahead. You've naturally earned that respect. Disabled people, sometimes have a harder time waiting in queues, whether that's if they've got any kind of mental health issues, whether that's a physical issue. Like, if it's difficult for you in the queue, on you go. And children, like, I'm talking young children, like, I'd say under the age of, like, 2, right? Because that means they get served before me, and they're out and make less noise. But see when, let's use my big example, and I usually post it on Twitter once a year. When I'm queuing for a bus, right? And I've been at that bus stop for 10 minutes, right? I've just missed the first bus and I need to wait 10 minutes. I'm waiting in the queue and I've been waiting for 10 minutes because I missed the first bus. And along come a group of arsehole teenagers, shall we say. And the bus turns up and they think it is 100% acceptable to step in front of me to get on the bus first. I don't think so. Get back in the fucking queue. I've been here longer. Queues exist for a reason. Get out my way. So that is why I believe in queues. Because arsehole teenagers. Lens flare looks like Eric Cartman. That's awesome. This furniture hardware is sorted by step by step, then type by type. That is genius. Because how many times have you got like 2 screws that are very similar? One's maybe like a millimeter longer than the other one. And you use the wrong one, and then when you get to that next part, and the next part doesn't work, so then you need to go back to part 3 to then undo that, to then use the screw that you found in part 12, to then use that screw in part 12 back in part 3, but then you need to do parts 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 again, because you fucked up part 3, because you used the screw from part 12, and then when you get back to part 12, you realise that it didn't actually matter, you just weren't screwing hard enough. My Australian tax return shows me where my money went. I like that. I would appreciate that, to show exactly where your tax is going. The Korean taco place we got our takeout from gave us a roll of toilet paper with our meal 2 years ago. I mean, I suppose that was kind of what, COVID-ish times where everybody was stealing bog roll. This tree straight up looks like broccoli. It does. The angle of the sun removes the italics from the shadow. That's wild. Our refrigerator has revolving levels so you can reach everything easily. Wait, what? So does it like go into the ground? My local supermarket is selling airplane food because nobody is flying. It's a fair point. No point wasting the food, eh? I made a hidden glow-in-the-dark galaxy in my Oh, that is beautiful. That is really nice. I saw 4 generations of Honda Civic in order of age, all in white. What are the odds? Probably got better chances of winning the lottery. The window that makes in my backyard looks like it's in 4 seasons. Winter, spring, summer, autumn. That's great. That is quite satisfying. TV light simulator. Gives the appearance of someone who's watching TV. That would be good for like burglars and stuff. Our cat Mia rests her front paws on her tail to keep them off a cold surface. That's a clever cat. My 100% complete collection of every Lego shield ever made. That is until they bring out a new shield. If you guys did like this type of video, please let me know in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow for another daily uploads. Bye!